Hi there, Uncle Rutgers here for GigaOM TV with Gilles BianRosa, the co-founder and CEO of Fanhattan. And Fanhattan is coming out, or just came out, with a new version of its iOS app and has a bunch of new features. Tell me about it. What's new about the...
Yeah, so first of all, we're announcing new partners. So when we started, we had 4 content partners inside the application. We now have 14. And so we're covering pretty much all of the content you can find on an iPad. We're announcing HBO, Cinemax, CW, and NBC. So we're pretty excited, specifically because with HBO, we're now sort of working with sort of a TV everywhere type partners, and so expanding the content that is available through Fanhattan. So the second thing we're launching, and we're really excited about that, is a feature called WatchList. And so pretty much everybody knows what a watchlist is. You have one in Netflix or in Hulu, and you can track sort of shows and movies inside those services. Our watchlist is a little different because it's universal. It's essentially one place where you can put every single movie and TV show you want to watch at some point and sort of forget about them and be notified when they become available on services you actually use. So the way it works is, and in fact, the first time you launch the product, it'll ask you to put a few movies and shows on that watch list, just sort of to give it a try. So let's say, for example, that we're having kind of dinner, and you're telling me that you watched The Hunger Games and it was really good, and I missed it in theaters. So very quickly, I'm going to search for it on Fanhattan, and literally, in one tap, I would add it to my watch list, and then we can resume our dinner conversation. And later, I sort of have to forget. I can forget about it. And later, once Hunger Games, either hit iTunes or HBO or Netflix, I'll get notified that it's ready to watch. So now, let's assume I'm starting to do this for tens and more dozens and dozens of movies, and same for TV shows. I can now sort of put all of those movies and TV shows in one place, forget about them, and every week I'll get notified of the new shows that became available on new episodes. So for example, right now, like many others, I'm watching Breaking Bad. So every time there is a new episode, it's notifying me. If a new season becomes available on Netflix, it's also notifying me of this. So it's really kind of helping me keep track of all what's going on in this world of sort of movies and TV shows on the iPad, which is a little confusing. So we're trying to sort of help consumers make sense of all that.
One other feature that's going to come up later this year is a web version of Fanhattan.
Yes.
Why are you going to the web, and what can people expect from it?
So there are a few reasons for why we're going to the web. The first one is you have a lot of content available on the web that you don't have on iPad. So specifically on the TV side, you have lots of shows. A lot of the broadcasters and cable networks are making content available on the website, and you still don't have it on the iPad. So that's one reason. If you take The Daily Show, for example, you can watch it from comedycentral.com on a website, but on your iPad, it's not available. Second, the website, and especially if you think of Facebook, for example, is a place where you hear about content or you read about content specifically. For example, there's on the newsfeed, maybe you would sort of recommend the Hunger Games, to use that same example, to your friends. So I'm seeing this on the website, and I want to take action on it. Maybe not watch it just right now, but sort of take action and put it to my watch list. So we want to be able to help our users do that as they're sort of, going through their wall. So they don't want to watch the movie just right now, but they want to be able to put it in the place where they'll be able to watch it later. Also, for us, the web is just it's a platform that it sounds like it makes sense to be in order to help build our brand and create a very social experience by sort of integrating that web app inside Facebook pretty tightly.
The last question, I'm interested in your bigger picture perspective on where do you see this industry moving, with lots of content coming online and maybe live TV coming online.
Yeah.
Where is this moving, and how is Fanhattan going to fit into this ecosystem?
Yeah, it's a very exciting time, obviously, because there's a lot of innovation and experimentation in ways to sort of provide consumers with new ways to watch movies and shows, right? And so, the example I was giving earlier, that when we started, we mostly worked with 4 different apps. Now there's 14. If you think of the world of entertainment, right? There's the internet companies like Netflix, iTunes, Amazon. You have the pay TV ecosystem, or TV everywhere, which has the cable operators, which has the cable networks. All of those are kind of now embracing initiatives to push content into those new screens. New screens being smartphones, tablets, and smart TVs, or game consoles even. You have startups launching live TV initiatives. You have broadcasters and cable operators trying to also launch live TV, launching also DVR, etc. It's becoming very confusing. It's this kind of onslaught of content, which is great, but if I don't have a simple interface as a consumer to access all that amount of content, it's sometimes tempting to go back to regular television, where at least I could just flip it through channels very simply. So where we fit is our role is to sort of help organize all those options across live TV, on demand, movies and shows, what's in theaters, what's on DVD, the shows moving from one platform to another, etc., and create sort of a very consistent discovery experience. Because at the end of the day, when consumers talk about entertainment, they think of it in a much simpler way. We will talk about movies in theaters, and after that we'll talk about TV shows or movies that are not even yet in theaters. So we're trying to create some sort of a guide or a platform or a tool that really helps consumers very simply kind of organize all their entertainment.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.